A topic that has interested me since I've been interested in history is alternate history, like what could have been. And recently I've gotten like a Islamic history boner. I don't know why, I just have, and I decided on the Ottomans. Specifically Ottoman privateers that ransacked Iceland for a few months and even sold some slaves in the Maghreb. And the alternative history is, what if instead of them just leaving after a few months, they stayed? Like, the whole reason why the Spanish, like the Iberian Peninsula, was under Islamic rule was a few raiding parties got lucky. So what if the Kalmar Union just didn't care enough to actually defend itself? Here's what I think would happen. Well, it took about 4 years for the Muslims to fully conquer Iberia, so I think it would take 4 to 6 years for them to conquer Iceland. But of course, the Ottomans would have no way of actually controlling Iceland, which from now on I'm going to call Osland, because it rolls off the tongue better. You know, it's like Ottoman, Osman, the first sultan. It's clever, I know. So, if the Constantinople is the center, the epicenter of the Ottoman Empire, so there's no way they're going to be capable of controlling Iceland all the way from Constantinople. So, basically, Iceland, now Osland, would become a piracy hub in the North Atlantic. And, well, coincidentally, the age of piracy, the golden age of piracy, would begin in the Caribbean. So we might see some cross-Atlantic piracy, depending on how history goes. But, you know, I feel like piracy in Osland would die out after the golden age of piracy, because chances are it would become a safe haven for all religions, possibly even pagan, definitely Jews, Muslims, Christians, Catholics, Lutherans, whatever. And I think that it would definitely become an architectural hub, due to all the cultures that would mix. And I'm not sure if any specific culture would take place, but I feel like there'd be a divide between Arab/Turkic Muslims and everybody else. Kind of I feel like eventually it'd be peaceful, but it'd be kind of the same divide between white America and black America, not necessarily violent, but definitely a distinction. And, well, I think that if we backtrack a little bit, the the Kalmar Union had like bases over in Greenland, so there'd be no way for the Kalmar Union to be able to access those, so they'd have to either like die out, circumnavigate Osland, or Osland would take it. And I feel like Osland might take it, just because it's an opportunity to capitalize on chaos. Nobody's gonna be there to defend it, and nobody's gonna be there to stop you. So you might as well just take it. I don't know, that's just what I think. In a year I'll probably like revise it saying, oh no, that's so unrealistic. But that's what I think now. And so if we jump back, or no, actually I want to touch up on one thing. There's probably going to be a lot more resistance than just 4 to 6 years of fighting on the main island itself. There's probably going to be a naval battle that's going to be seen as a decisive victory for the Muslims off the east coast of Iceland, and the Pope's probably going to want to organize a crusade, but it's probably going to die before he gets to do it, kind of like with Constantinople. Like, even Constantinople, with the fact that it was like one of the biggest Christian cities falling to the hands of the Ottomans, they still weren't able to organize a crusade to save it. So over there in like bumfuck volcano land, they're not going to care enough to actually send troops. Only the people directly involved in it would be able to do it. So if we jump back now, it's now like the 1700s, like 1720s, the golden age of piracy is done. And they're building up stuff. I feel like piracy is still going to be a little bit of an issue until the 1820s, when steamboats are invented and the Europeans, mainland Europeans, including Britain, which isn't really mainland, but whatever, you know what I mean, out technology, the Oslanders, and they're gonna basically not be able to even small scale raid. But I feel like it's just gonna be small scale by then, and they'll just be like an island nation, just some random European country that's also Muslim, kind of like the Bosnians, but not under Ottoman control. And until the 1820s, I don't think anything really is going to happen. Well, that's until World War I and II, where I don't think much is going to happen. The Osmans are probably going to, the Oslanders are probably going to side with the Allies, give them lip service, whatever. But I think during World War II, the British and Americans are still going to invade Iceland, like friendly, less friendly invasion. You know how it went? Like, pretty much, like, nobody in Iceland wanted to actually be invaded, but they didn't put up much of a fight anyway. It's going to be significantly less peaceful on Osland due to the fact that there's a Muslim-Christian divide. Like, they're still going to be relatively peaceful compared to the Germans invading, but they're not going to like it. There's going to be some, like, minor genocides, just itty-bitty genocides. But speaking of the Germans, the Nazis, I have a feeling, are going to hate, Arabs, Turks, Muslims in general more because of Iceland. Because it's, the Muslims took over an ethnically Nordic nation. Like, how dare they? Right? And basically they're just gonna be like, fuck you. No. That's our Lebensraum. You know, excuse my German. I've got like a 70-day streak on Duolingo. I swear I should be able to pronounce things better than that. And so basically, I feel like they're gonna join after World War II. I feel like they're gonna pull out, but I feel like they're gonna join the EU against the Soviet Union, because I feel like they're gonna be closer to the U.S. and Britain because of World War II, because of how, like, the Nazis didn't like them. I feel like there's gonna still be some tensions, like maybe the Philippines kind of relation with the West. But I feel like it's gonna be them against the Soviet Union. And then after the Soviet Union falls, I feel like it's just gonna be like another first or second world country. You know, like Bosnia or Kosovo. I probably just angered a bunch of Serbs. Albania, maybe. And I don't know, I guess that's it. I just had that thought. Like, what if Ottoman privateers took over Iceland? I don't know. I don't know. Toodles.